Hi everybody. So today I'm going to teach you the Goblet Clean. So one of my biggest problems that I face when having a new client is how to teach them how to get the kettlebell to a goblet position, essentially to do a goblet squat without them injuring themselves. A lot of times I'll have a new client who learns deadlift, right? We learn our proper deadlift. We get braced up here, drop down into our hip hinge, pull the bar apart, braced up here. The problem is then when you tell them to get into a goblet position, they're doing this. So this, an upright row, is actually really bad for the shoulders. If you were to do this position and tilt, that causes serious impingement. The higher the weight goes, the more the impingement is. The second problem, if I were to have people to go from the ground into a goblet position without doing the deadlift, a lot of people can do a proper deadlift, nice straight back. You tell somebody to go pick up something to get into the goblet position, and they round over to grab the kettlebell. So the Goblet Clean is a really nice way to safely bring the kettlebell from the floor up to a goblet position. The way we do that is we essentially deadlift it in a more explosive action. So if you can imagine that cleaning it up to your chest is allowing the kettlebell to be elevated, weightless for a moment. So we need to move our hands from this position to this position up top. So it's going to look something like this. If I were to let the kettlebell just move up, it is weightless for a moment up top. So the point is, the harder the hip drive is coming up through a deadlift, the more explosive the deadlift is, the higher the goblet will elevate, allowing it to be essentially weightless for a moment, and you allow you to snap your arms in and get that grip. What I don't want is somebody to deadlift it and then bring it up. It should be less in your arms, although your arms essentially guide it up, and a lot more in the hips. Again, I'll show you. I'll show you from the side here. Brace. 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 Now, when you go from this position, snapping your elbows in, that is again another tight brace position. Bringing those elbows in tight should allow you to get your lats involved, and then you're in a nice tight area, a nice tight place where you can then re-brace in order to do the goblet squats.